Hello.
Hi, my name is Stephanie. I work as a graduate assistant in the undergraduate admissions office. I chose to come to Western for the graduate program that I'm enrolled in, which is the College Student Personnel Program, and I identify as white.
And did you look into how diverse the campus was when coming here?
When first coming to Western, I did not explore diversity. As I mentioned, I came to Western for the College Student Personnel Program, and so really I only particularly looked into the specifics of that program. I didn't do a whole lot of exploring of what Western had to offer outside of that program when I first looked.
Okay. Do you promote diversity to students, and if so, how?
I would say absolutely. The main reason that I do that is through my work in the undergraduate admissions office. We try really hard in our office to try and promote diversity by highlighting the different resources that we have on campus. Particularly, we like to highlight the resources that we have in the MCC, also some other resources like the LGBTQA Resource Center on campus, and different things along those lines. We really just try and feature those when we're speaking with prospective students and also on our campus tours. Outside of that, I would say I personally try and promote diversity by increasing my own competence when it comes to diversity inclusion on campus, and then trying to spread that knowledge to some of the students that I work with.
Okay. Is there a specific audience you target when speaking on diversity?
As I mentioned, my main target audience is prospective students and their guests. More often than not, people that are coming to campus are interested in learning a little bit about that and getting to know more about campus. And so it's just kind of naturally a part of the conversation that happens when meeting one-on-one with students. So mainly it would be the prospective students that visit campus.
Okay. Do you feel yourself, your faculty, or other staff at Western are interculturally competent and can have like those diverse conversations with students?
I would say it's probably a mix. There are certainly faculty and staff on campus that are very well equipped to have those conversations, but I also think that there are faculty and staff on campus that could benefit from learning a little bit more about how to have those conversations. I think me in particular, I have a unique vantage point in the sense that the CSP program here at Western really focuses on social justice and learning a lot about diversity and inclusion. So the people that I'm surrounded with on a daily basis do a really good job of having those conversations. But I think if I were to look more outside of that CSP bubble, I'd probably run into a lot of people who aren't really able to or don't know how to have those conversations.
Okay. Did you receive any training on diversity or intercultural competence?
Not particularly when it comes to related to the job. We talk about it very briefly in our training, but no in-depth training on diversity and inclusion. I would say, however, though, my graduate studies in the College Student Personnel Program has kind of served as a training. I've been able to take what I'm learning in the classroom related to diversity and inclusion and then apply it to my practice. And so having been enrolled in the graduate program simultaneously with working in the office, I think that that has served as my training.
Okay. Do you think that there is an environment that displays or promotes diversity among students here?
I think that there can be, and I think that there is at times, but I also think that that could be amplified. I think that it's great to see different student organizations trying to collaborate on campus, and I love seeing the mix of our multicultural student organizations, as well as the students that don't necessarily focus on that as well. But I also think that there could absolutely be more of that, like mixing between the two, and a lot of collaboration among student organizations.
Okay. Do you think that there's an environment or like that display or an environment that displays or promotes diversity like in your workplace or staff?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think that, like I said, we do a good job of promoting it in the office. I would say if you enter into our office as like a prospective student, it may be difficult to see diversity amongst us. A lot of the people in the office identify as white, so it might be hard for a Hispanic identified individual or an African American identified individual to come into the office and see diversity on campus. However, I would say we have diversity in another sense, but I think it could be difficult for them to see it, but I think we do try and do a good job of at least promoting diversity within our office.
Okay. Do you have any suggestions or concerns on diversity and or like how we can expand on it?
I guess my only initial suggestion off the top of my head, I'm sure I'd have more if I thought about it more in depth, but I think my only suggestion off the top of my head would be to include some form of diversity training or an inclusion training with staff training. I think all departments on campus could really benefit from having that. And so formalizing that part of training would be really beneficial at all levels. So whether that be with student staffs or with our professional staffs on campus, I think that all staff should have to go through some form of diversity and inclusion training in order to allow us to have those difficult conversations and to truly be able to promote diversity on campus.
Okay. Well, thank you for your time.
You're welcome.